Thank you very much. I will only summarize what I've prepared for today. And in the text that you probably found in the Bible already, we have three portraits of deficient discipleship. The first one has in the center a teacher that was very confident in his theology of discipleship. He is coming to another teacher that he reveals that he decided to follow as a disciple. This is the way Matthew is structuring his text. A scribe approached and said, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." Yesterday was mentioned Del Brunner. But Del Brunner is saying that this teacher observed probably that in the team of Christ, of Jesus, there are only normal people. And probably he thought that he needs a scholar, an intellectual in his team. Somehow, he came to Jesus dancing, because you mentioned also this chorus of the concept of perichoresis. But his dance was not around the person of Christ, but around himself. I decided to follow you. And surprisingly, Jesus is answering, you cannot follow me because there is not such thing like wherever. In his answer, Christ is saying, the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. That's why he could sleep in the boat in the third picture, when the disciples were very busy with the storm produced by the quake, because it was a seismos that produced the storm. But this scholar is somehow representative for us, for some of us here. We are also confident that we know what we are talking about when we are talking about discipleship. We are quite very clear about what we are thinking about discipleship. Might be that most of us need to be corrected in our theology of discipleship when we look at Christ. I'm not sure that you will have followed us in this 4 stars or 5 stars hotel in speaking about discipleship. But we are quite okay being here. Maybe you would have invited us somewhere else, and I'm not sure that most of us will go in that place to be taught about discipleship. Somehow, in this first portrayal, we learn that discipleship starts with a call, not with a decision. A call of Christ, not with a decision of a disciple to be. That is, in my opinion, very important. The second portrayal, it's of an acknowledged disciple. He is a disciple, Matthew is saying us. Another of his disciples said to him, "Lord, first let me go and bury my father." He was not very confident, like the first one, the disciple to be. He was actually very hesitant in his practice of discipleship. And if we are very sincere with ourselves, many times in our discipleship, we are like him. And we learn from this picture that discipleship requires a permanent rearrangement of loyalties in life. Loyalties to Christ first, and then all the others are arranged according with the first loyalty in our life. The third portrayal, I promise to be short, is of 12 committed disciples. They don't know anything else than to follow him. And Matthew is saying, when he got into the boat, his disciples followed him. But a windstorm suddenly arose on the sea, and they were very afraid. And they are not very articulate like the first one, the teacher, the scholar, the expert in discipleship. Not very confident. They were very scared. Only 2 words, Lord, save. That's all that they could say. Because of the fear that they felt. But Christ, it's addressing them, calling them oligopistoi, little faiths. And here we learn the third thing, I think, that is very important for the topic of discipleship. Discipleship matures in the journey from oligopistoi to become megapistoi, but you cannot mature your faith, your trust, because this is a problem of trust there, unless you travel with Christ through the earthquakes, storms of life. Because what Matthew, I think, wants to underline is this danger of producing a theology of discipleship, excluding the hardships of life. Discipleship matures not without hardships, but in the midst of hardships of life. And that's all I wanted to say for this morning. Thank you very much.